welcome to Gemstone Tarot. Just had to scratch my nose massively. Weekend reading for Saturday the 9th and Sunday the 10th of October 2021, with the moon moving from Scorpio into kind of an easier energy, I think, of Sagittarius. And we have some astrological news. Moon next to Venus at sunset. Thank you. Okay, that dispensed with. Let's move on hence. So we're going to have a couple of facts from Great Book of British Useless Information. And on the back it says how many pot noodles are sold every second in Great Britain. And I don't know where to find the answer to that, but I'm intrigued because I reckon that the boy contributes to that figure a great deal. Okay. In December 2003, artist Mark McGowan attempted to sail from London to Glasgow in a supermarket trolley. He attached a sail to the trolley and used a broom for propulsion and steering. He hoped, and this is not sounding hopeful, is it? He hoped to complete the 400-mile, 644-kilometre journey in 9 months, but abandoned the voyage after 17 days due to bad weather. Jim Webb from Sheffield lent £5 to a broke Australian to pay for a ferry trip in 1969. Traveller Gary Fenton promised to pay back the debt as soon as he could afford to, and Webb passed on his address. When he heard no more, he thought nothing of it. Did he? Or was he secretly really like, I can't believe it, that guy completely fleeced me. However, in December 2008, so this is now, oh God, 38 years later maybe, Webb arrived home one day to discover Fenton, God, how scary is that, who was visiting England, had hand-delivered, that means he's been to his house, a card and £200 by way of repayment nearly 40 years later. I don't know if that is scary or serendipitous. Let me know. This is interesting. The average person will own just 3 houses 3 miles apart over the course of a lifetime. And that's really scary. Is that true of you? I suppose you need to be of a certain age, but yeah, that's true of me. How weird is that? Okay. What do we need to know? I'm going to do, because yesterday was so esoteric, I'm going to attempt to do just like a kind of, well, I'm just going to, see, I can't speak now. I'm going to do a tarot reading. Yes, I am. And I am using, what are they called? Smells Like the 70s, Morgan Greer. Gosh. Oof. Okay. Overall energy and at the bottom of the pack, so perhaps a little of a challenge, is the 8 of Wands. Communication. Communication. With, at the top of the deck, so maybe more prominently, the 5. Oh, 5 of Wands. It's that energy. It is what's going on at the moment. MR, Mercury retrograde. It is that energy of what you're all telling me in the comment section and what I am experiencing myself. It's just those infuriating weird things going wrong. Crossed wires, you know, that kind of literally crossed wires. Everything just being a little bit more difficult, but nothing actually being seriously calamitous. I know. Okay, 2 kings in the reading. 1 in reverse, King of Cups in reverse. And 1 in the upright, King of Swords. You may need recourse to your more logical mind today. And you know I don't advise that lightly. It's not where I normally go, but yeah. It feels like King of Swords energy, which is sometimes that energy of I am not going to get messed up by the emotional climate. I am not going to get messed up by my own emotions. And like I say, this is not something I would long-term recommend. It just feels like there are sometimes days, and I think there are sometimes weeks, and it might have been like that, where the emotional fudginess of stuff just really starts to get to you a bit, and you think, I still have to function, I do still have to pay my bills, I do still have to put one foot in front of the other, start my car, ride my bike, whatever it is that you do. And maybe some people are relying on you for a service, you know, if you're working in a hospital, or if you're a teacher, or if you're a cleaner, or if you're sweeping the street, or if you are driving the bus, or whatever you do. Everything we do is usually of service to somebody, and yeah, sometimes part of service is putting aside the rather overwhelming messiness, mushiness, slushiness, whatever you want to call it, and keeping on trucking, I suppose, is the best way to put it. Keep on trucking. Okay. With this, we also have Major Arcana of the High Priestess. That stuff's going on anyway. Believe me, you know, that kind of weird, esoteric, internalizing magic, feminine energy, whatever you want to call it, that's happening anyway. That doesn't need any help, I don't think. Force is strong in this one. What is needed sometimes, especially when that Five of Wands comes up, is everyday pedestrian normality. And that may just be that you do that for a few hours. It may just be you do it for that day. It may just be that it's going to be a week like that where you do the boring stuff, or not even the boring stuff. You do the real stuff, the reality bit. And that's not to say that the High Priestess stuff is lesser than. It isn't. It's just to say that that's so powerful at the moment that you will need all your minerals just to do the everyday. And sometimes it's like that. So King of Cups, who if he was in the upright, it's more be with your emotions, be more emotionally intuitive. No, King of Swords energy. It's that whole, I've got a job to do and I'm going to do it well. Knight of Pentacles. And again, thorough, consistent, earthy. And sometimes just blocking out those distractions. It can be the distraction of social media, phones, people, emotional pull, which I think is more distracting than anything else usually. It may be you're having to say no to people. It may be you're having to communicate more directly than perhaps you are comfortable with or would like. Look who's turned up with the king, the queen. We've got a double whammy here. We've got them both. Hello. I know. They both look really serious. You're like, not sure I can be that serious. It's getting the job done. Okay, and again, Seven of Pentacles, there is a reckoning. Have I done enough? Can I do enough? Will this be enough? And the feeling that I get from this is very much, don't measure it all in the same way. Some of it is emotional, some of it is spiritual, some of it is actual, financial, realizable, tangible. It's all in there. Be kind to yourself, but also be disciplined, especially when assessing where you're at, how far you've come, and where you need to go. These two popped up together. The Knight of Swords in reverse with the World card. You are in a phase of confusion, and I think we're all in a phase of confusion, and I think this is on the macro. I think this is on the micro. And Deborah, what do you think about the astrology? Because I'm feeling some astrology stuff. You know me, I'm like, I don't know it, but I know it when I smell it, and I'm smelling astrology. It's like, I smell astrology. I do. There's some shifts. So if you know what they are, let me know in the comment section. And of course, let me know what you had for breakfast as well, because at the same time, I'm always going to have that breakfast envy, and I will try some of your ideas. Okay, I think that's it. I'm going to go off and put this to use myself. I'm going to go off, put my shoulder to the wheel and keep on trucking. Let me know if it resonates in the comment section. Namaste.